Backyard Farm, week number 11. Sorry about the lawnmower, I'm sure you can hear it. I came back at the wrong time. Anyway, I was just out collecting a few cherry tomatoes. So here's one of here is a blueberry cherry. That one was a little bit riper and smaller, but this is another one compared to like a small cherry tomato. So you can see that. But anyway, also, I believe I have some tomatillos. How close can I get? That are ripe. I think it's when these dry up, so I'm gonna try one of those too. But yeah. Oh my gosh, that's squirted. But it's super good. So, my gosh, the lawnmower's back again. These are not my favorite ones yet. Honestly, my most favorite ones that I've grown are the black cherry cherry tomatoes. Those are my favorite so far. But these are pretty good. Definitely better than the small cherries. Alright. So, this tomatillo. Now, I don't have anything to wash it, but I'm going to try to eat it. They are a little bit sticky. This one's not as bad. It wasn't as bad as that sticky. So this is what it looks like. This is the Verde. How do you know when these are ripe? I don't know. It's like harder than I thought it would be. Anyway, no big deal. That's really kind of citrusy almost. Not really sure what to say about it. I don't know. Let's set that down. I think that I'll like it better in some salsa. So anyway, the garden this week, I cleaned it up pretty good. I still got some weeding to do. It's like never ending, but I did catch up from when we were gone, so that's pretty cool. Took down a lot of the stuff that was hanging. I think I'm gonna actually save some of my tomatoes. Squash bugs, you'll see probably in the video. I think they really took over. Either that or, I don't know, it's kind of been dry now since the last storm. But anyway, come along, check out week number 11 in the garden, and yeah, hope you enjoy. So the black-eyed Susans are really taking off. I think I put a big enough clump in there. That one looks like it got a little bit windblown. The phlox are starting to flower down here, which are later than the ones up by the house. Strawberries. It would look better when it was mulched, but my little herb bed is pretty crazy and insane. The basil, it's starting to flower, so I really gotta cut some. Same with the peppermint. Look at that, it's huge. Lavender, looks really nice. My oregano's is so small over there, but and this I have to cut back the catnip. It's huge, but the bees really like the flowers, so that's cool. Okay. Mrs. Mars sunflowers are looking cute as ever. Cucumbers are really starting to grow now. They're getting to the top of that trellis. Here's the delicata squash up and over. Pumpkin plant producing. There's a couple pumpkins on here. It produces pretty well, but not as many as I thought there would be per plant. Oh, I might have to fix this problem. Oh, yeah, that's just from rubbing. Okay, green envy zinnias. They're okay. They're not as pretty as I was thinking they were gonna be. I'll be honest. I think I preferred my orange ones that I had last year over these. You can see the damage from the Japanese beetles. There's actually one on there. I've tried hand picking and everything, but here's another sugar pumpkin. I have my little watermelon, which was doing well, but looks like it's starting to yellow. I think they need water, honestly. But we keep saying we're gonna get some, but we just haven't. Next year, I think I'm just gonna keep it like this. I don't think I'm gonna put any sunflowers in between my trellises because it just never works. Here is my sweet dumpling squash. Starting to get some color on it. Super cute. And there's not a ton on there, but which is probably good because I've never had them, so I don't know if I even like them. I don't know if I'll be growing them next year though. And then I got a couple of the delicatas down there. And there's a couple on the plant growing. Low producing this year. Okay. Oh, look at that. We got some powdery mildew starting from the looks of it. Nice. That's always fun. So this is the ornamental gourd / sugar pumpkin. Oh, before we get over there, here's the cantaloupe. Also looks like it needs just a tad of water. I'm having a hard time with these. Okay. So I'm not sure if it was the wind damage. That's why the trellis is tipped a little bit, or if the squash bugs are finally won out, but it's starting to die back. I also think it's just ready because you can see my pumpkins are getting orange. I don't know, whatever these little gourds are. Oh, there's a bee in there. I don't know if you can see it. Well, that's cool. Okay, moving on. Okay, coming out from the cleanup from the storm. Like I said, I lost these 2 plants, but everything else perked up pretty well. That plant's still kind of laying down. I gotta do something with it. But I gotta show you the production of these peppers. There's peppers everywhere, which is awesome. Peppers there. These are the King of the North. And I'll back up here, see if I can show you my blueberry cherry tomato. It's starting to stand back up. I cut 2 gator loads of tomatoes off of my plants. Anything that was bent, I cut. You can see how that plant split, but it still appears to be alive, and kicking really well, so that's a good thing. Oh, here's one. See, I missed it, but see how it got bent over, but it's still doing well. The white tomasols, huge producer.
So excited for those. The plants, everything's kind of looking, you know, it's August, so I'd like to get some red tomatoes here soon. But, excuse me, my sniffling, my allergies are just, they're bad. But here's a tomato, a couple of them. Oh, this one's a 2-in-1. But these are the blueberry cherries, so they get kind of, you know, they got the dark color, and then they turn to that color, and they're super good. I've had better, honestly, though. I've had better. These aren't holding that up, it's just they're resting there. But you can see how significantly thinner my plants are. But I was able to pull this trellis back and hook it. And there's more red cherry tomatoes down there. I gotta do a little bit of harvesting. The Amish paste. This trellis, it stayed up, but it's pretty wavy. There's a lot of tomatoes on here, and a lot of big ones. I didn't realize, you know, Amish paste, I've grown them for the last 2 years, but I've never got some the size that I have now. This one's still the biggest behemoth. But plants are looking really good. More peppers. And we're really starting to get into, but pepper season for me is always in the fall of the year. There's peppers on here, it's just not cooperating. More peppers. More peppers. But yeah, I'll be harvesting quite a few of them soon. See if I can. And my corn, actually, it's doing its thing and it's standing back up. There's some that won't, but I'm gonna be picking everything off of it this weekend. My mom's gonna come over and we're gonna can the corn. Also butchering a couple chickens. But these are really nice ears of corn. But yeah, as you can see, it's standing back up after that awful storm. My tomatillos, I picked them up, T-posted them in, the cages up. They're kind of a mess, but they're starting to grow up again. These tomatoes are looking really nice. This is the Prudence Purple, which doesn't really have any fruit on it to speak of yet, but the Stupus has lots of fruit. Kind of like a large cherry tomato is almost what I would consider that. Tasty pink beefsteaks. Like, these are looking pretty decent. You can see how they got wind blown. But I was able to trellis them back in, but here's some really nice big tomatoes. Whenever they want to become red or pink or whatever color they'll be. I've never grown these before either. I have so many new varieties. Okay, canna lilies. I'm not sure why. Normally red ones get pretty tall, so I'm not really sure why these aren't. But maybe they're like a dwarf. I might have to look. Maybe that's just what they're supposed to do. But then these green ones. I got 2 different kinds here. These are more of a pink. And then these ones I've noticed are kind of orangish. They're pretty neat. But the Japanese beetles really like these. Bugs this year, guys. They've been so bad. So yeah, all of my sunflowers are gone now, so I have a little bit more room for Mr. Pumpkin. He's coming out and I'm gonna go that way, which is fine. I have watermelon in here, pumpkin in here, everything's in here, but you can't really see much. So I've already decided next year I'm gonna put the pumpkins and the watermelon in the back bed, and I'll have onions, potatoes, and carrots in this front garden. Oh, there's a little pumpkin coming. So yeah, this is the purple corn. I haven't even looked at it yet. I got some time. That stood back up really nice. I have the 2 volunteer cucumbers in there, and I've actually been harvesting them. I think they're cross-pollinated from my cucumbers last year. I can't remember. I had a really long, thin one, and then I think it was a straight 8, and I think they cross-pollinated. So they're kind of neat looking. They're pretty good. Here is a zucchini, and this one I think is a straight neck, I believe. I've gotten a couple off of it, but it had a really struggled a lot this year. You can see it kind of broke off in the top, but it does have some new growth on it, so maybe we'll get some more off of it. I already got a couple. And this little guy, I really don't think anything's gonna come of him, but we'll give him a chance. Oh, here. This is a volunteer cucumber. And you can see this is... My dog doesn't know where these ones are, so I don't really like them this thick. I'd rather have them a little bit thinner. They're better eating, I think, in my opinion. Oh, look at that. Our zucchini is making a comeback. And I've got some nice little ones to pick. Maybe getting on the bigger side already. I've never grown the gray zucchini, but I will say I'm pretty impressed with it so far. It produces pretty well, in my opinion. So my Roma that volunteered, it fell right down from the storm, and it is now perked right back up. So those Romas, I've been taking care of these. Oh, it's producing. This is off that sucker I planted. Half of it broke off in the storm, but I got it to stake up. It's kind of a cute little guy. Yeah, you can see here, I lost about half of, these are just the regular Romas I get from the greenhouse, but these are the Martinos, same with the one on the end. And this plant was double in size. You couldn't see any of this, but I had to take it off because it was all broken and stuff, but that's okay. Here's all my hot peppers. They're really starting to give it a go now. I got a lot of pepper harvesting to do. Cayennes. Oh, these are bells. They're supposed to be hot, but there's a whole bunch in here. I'm not sure which kind it is. It's either a King of the North, a bullnose, or a big red. The Anaheim's still my favorite pepper. I'm kind of glad I planted all these so close together. It really helped them through that storm. Black Hungarian, the pepperoncinis, all kinds of jalapenos. So I cleaned up this area. I had planted cabbage, and the only one that came up was there. But I'm gonna start some more. You know, whatever. I'll try it. See what I can do. Okay, here's my tomatillos, and I did have a few ripe ones now, and I ate them. They're so sweet. I'm pretty impressed with them, but I'll be honest, they take up a lot of room, and I'm not sure if I'm really gonna like them, so I don't think I'll be using them next year. Okay, I do have a few excuse me, little cauliflower coming on this side, so hopefully we'll get a little harvest off of that. And this trellis, it fell, and I don't want to lift it up because things are bent pretty good, and I don't know if they're cracked. But there's a lot of potatoes. This is a Paul Robeson. It's got some pretty nice tomatoes on there. The one next to it's just a beefsteak. Here, let me come to the other side. And these are the mortgage lifters. And these have some pretty nice tomatoes on them. Look at that. That one's kind of a weirdo. But there's some of that. The patty pan squash is here. I don't even know if anything's in there. I gotta get in and dig. There's actually like 5 different plants in here. And a couple different varieties. I should have been a little smarter when I planted those. But the golden one, it's bouncing back pretty well. Let's see if I can go around and show you. Here's our big pile of brush from all the trees we had taken out by the storm. Golden bells. Oh, I even have one that's little golden bell pepper. I still haven't picked that up. I came back from vacation with a super busy week of work. I got the garden weeded though, so be proud of me for that. Yeah, so this is the golden zucchini, and there's some new ones coming. This is like a new part of the plant, it looks like. So, oh yeah, and then there's this pepper. Excuse me, if anybody knows what kind this is, let me know, because it is not what I planned it. It's the only one like this. So it came out of one of my seed packs, but it shouldn't have. But they are pretty good, and they're not hot. I can eat them, like just plain eat it, and it's not spicy at all. So, I don't know. Let me know. Anyway, this is the front bed, week 11. Okay, so here is the back bed. It doesn't look, you haven't seen it for a couple weeks, and it's not looking all that different. I did pull my garlic, had a really nice harvest of that. I need to pull these onions. Most of them are laying down, they're ready to come out. And the carrots, they're done. I'm just kind of leaving them because I don't really have time to do much with them right this second. Oh, excuse me. All right, the potatoes are starting to die back, and let me tell you, here, I'll show you kind of. I pulled some out of here and here, and I've gotten an amazing harvest off of a couple plants, and I made some of my russets, and they are by far the best russet potatoes I've ever had in my life. Like the skin was very much like a red potato. It's not hard. You don't even have to, I didn't even have to peel it. But I still have the potato bugs. They're really starting to hit it up now, but I think for what I have production-wise, it's gonna be just fine. So I'm interested to see. Hopefully I could do a video when I start pulling that off just to see what I have. But I kind of did a little bit of digging around the surface, and I don't really think that there's potatoes up there. I think they're all gonna be at the bottom. So I don't think the idea of building up really worked for this, but it was worth a try. And there is a row of onions in here. This bed, I apologize to myself and to you guys. This is not the way I was envisioning this bed this year. But like I said, that's why I think I'm just gonna do pumpkins here next year. This whole area can just be something I don't have to touch. Because I've been so overwhelmed with work and garden and vacation and then the storm damage. I still don't have a horse shelter anymore, so. Yeah, look at all these onions. Like, they are beautiful, but they all need to come out the ground. It's time to get them drying. So, they're definitely ready. The carrots too. Oh yeah, they're getting big and woody. Oh my goodness. So some of them might be bad. That's gonna be horse food. But that is it for week number 11. At least it's garden update number 11. So anyway, first week of August. Can't even believe it. See you guys later.